Yo, what's up guys, your boy Supah and back with another video. I told you guys earlier that it's going to be a reaction channel, but this is what I have to quick right now, guys, so don't kill me. But today we're reacting to another video from the Story for Abraxas channel. Yeah, I've been really trying to keep up with Seth, but he works too hard, he works too fast. He needs to slow down just so I can catch up with him, or I just need to speed up my work. But it's kind of hard working a full-time job and also trying to do this on the side, but needs to be done. Um, but yeah, I don't think he knows that I'm pretty sure he doesn't know I'm doing this yet, because I really haven't shared this channel to the Telegram chat yet. But I really want to catch up first before I send it out. But I think I'm just going to send it out and show them that I'm doing this because I don't think I'll ever be able to catch up with Seth. But anyways, enough of me rambling. Let's get started. Let's get straight into the video. Today's video is called "Can This Be a Star Wars with Web 3?" Let's see if it can. I personally think it can, but let's see.
Hey, listen!
What's going on, you guys?
What's up,
Now, I
Seth?
know y'all guys are waiting for more gameplay, which is definitely coming right now. I'm just being
Yes.
prepared for a lot of deals that we are setting up to actually push this project to the masses so people actually see that there's a huge change coming to the Web3 space.
Man down, now it's time for the angel. Of death, make a cloud like rainfall. Your end, make it slow, make it painful. One ring on the back, but it's wrinkle.
All right, before we get into the computer, I want to thank everybody that stuck with us while we was trying to figure it out, from the card game and stuff like that to where we at now.
Yeah, that's
Again,
me.
as you heard in
And
the
a lot of
other
you guys
videos,
also.
that I did not want to put out just anything. Also, in this industry and style of gaming, you only have one time to actually,
That is very true.
win over the hearts of people, right? So if you put out some crap,
We
you're not
gamers
gonna
are
see anything
harsh.
from you. So I know that, and I'm a gamer myself, so I know how I will see a game like, all right, I'm not messing with people at all.
Yep.
I didn't want to be that studio that didn't have a chance. So it's not about like making as much money as I possibly can and just running off stuff like that. It's not about that with me. I want to make more games where you guys, when you guys see hidden studios behind something, you guys get excited and you guys automatically just invest your time, invest
Hell
your
yeah.
money, just invest in the people in the universe that we are building inside of the hidden universe, basically, right? So I want you guys to be able to be a part of that and just build this empire with us. We're trying to build something like the new Star Wars, the new Marvel, the new DC, or something like that.
I really think we can
There's a
do it.
lot more I'm working on. I'm coming with, and I want you guys to be able to support that and just be behind it. Hidden first, again, it's not just a social media. It's not just a like myth story or Abraxas. Not that. Even with the myth story of Abraxas, I'm going to show you in this video that we're going to actually take it farther. We're making books. We're going to try to make movies, TV shows. That we're trying to make it an IP.
That's
A
gonna be
brand, right?
crazy.
These
A
are
few
the
years from
things,
now,
and
that's
this
all we
is
need.
why I didn't just want to put out anything. This is why I work so hard on it. This is why you see a lot of spans when it comes to us
Yeah.
making videos and stuff like that. Yes, we put a lot of content out.
Way too much. I need to slow down, but I want to catch up, please. But yeah, going back to what he just said, um, he's right. Gamers are very harsh, so I feel like it's very good that he waited a bit before he released the game and that he changed from a card game to a looter shooter game because it's more of what gamers want right now. I personally, I was here for those card game days, and I was really excited for the card game. I actually thought it would be very fun, but I just don't think it was something he was very passionate about, which is why he made the shift. And I 100% support him because if he wasn't really passionate about it, he wouldn't be working as hard and dedicating as much time as he is now. If he didn't feel that kind of sort of passion for it, but don't get it wrong, he were working crazy hard back then also. But I can see it now. Just it's a lot more, it's a lot. He's working a lot harder now because this is something that he's really passionate about. And yeah, and like he said, gamers are very harsh critics, so it's very good that he waited a bit and to make a good first impression because the first impression is what really counts when it comes to these kind of games. And yeah,
Faster than any other company. We also more transparent than any other company. But I just want to make sure that everything is right for you guys, so you guys
extremely
can be able
transparent.
to see more from us. You guys want more from us. We have other companies that other any studios that have two of them, but we have other studios that want us. But well, me for right now, right? So the beginning of the year. Want me right now to actually design or work on their game with them, right? So
Wow.
this is what I want right here. So I want people to be able to look at his studios and say, okay, I want either this guy or these guys behind us, These
Mm-hmm.
guys developing our game. These guys are part of our universe, whatever the case may be. So this is why I chose not to go down a route, and I think everybody that made it to the point where we have huge companies interested in us, like huge companies partnerships with huge companies.
Yep.
A lot of that stuff is coming
We saw
soon,
him in the
so you
last
guys will see
video.
us around the world soon. So I'm just happy for that, and you guys stuck it out through the difficult times, and I was trying to just get it to where it's at now. So I really want to thank you guys for that. Further ado,
Uh,
enough with the mushy stuff.
Thank you
Let's get into
for
it.
giving us this
All right, so
opportunity.
we're inside of the computer. One thing that I always said that I went to school and it was useless. I always said that. I went to school for digital film, and then I became an investor and got into entrepreneurship, and then I got into business development. Right, so I always thought that school was useless, but now that I'm actually
I still do.
now that I became a game developer, I'm using the school. I'm using the knowledge that I went to school for of being a director into
Mm-hmm.
like creating stories and movies and stuff like that. And now I'm just playing into video games. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually just hit inverse for the other guys that haven't seen it yet. It's our social media that tied into the game.
Yep.
You can actually earn our premium currency, which you earn points.
The link to this
First,
social
and you
media will
can
be down in my
convert them over
description,
to
guys.
premium currency if you have a membership key. But so this is basically like our Twitter. Earn our premium currency, which you earn points first, and you can convert them over to premium currency if you have a membership key. But
Mm-hmm.
so this is basically like our Twitter, our Facebook. That's a
Yep.
part of our universe, and is actually a part of the game, but you can actually use it outside of the game. So you go to account, right? Account. Yeah, you go to account. So you go to profile, and it tells you everything right here. It tells you balance. So, right here, the affiliate program, I will be going over this soon too to allow you guys to earn credits and points and stuff like that. So this will be coming very, very soon. But yeah, so this is just our this is in our universe. This is what the the characters use in Hidden Verse. So Hidden Verse, what you'll be seeing the characters talk about inside of the thing, and you guys will be inside of the game, and you guys will be able to just basically be a part of that universe. So we wanted to basically make this world immersive, whereas like the people not just watching it, seeing what's watching it unfold. You guys actually part of
Mm-hmm.
it. So we're going to make that thing. So let's get into the new website. Not finished yet, so please, give me some time. Still working on a lot of things, but because
Take your time,
of
brother. You
the
work very hard.
traction that we're about to get, the traffic that we're about to get, I must make sure everything is good. So first, you'll
Well,
see this pop up right here, scanning. So it's like you actually kind of hack into the system, right? Then this will pop up. Okay. Now the
that's
password
pretty
is
cool. What
enter.
the
So
hell?
please enter password. Then it says hint highlighted word. So all you gotta do is type in enter, right? Then it's coming to the website. So now that you're in the new
That's pretty
website,
cool.
I'm going to be cleaning all this up. Still working on everything right here. So the new website. As you see that basically all the characters in our game. The hack members, Athena, the SCP
I
old
think that
man.
looks crazy.
So the shopkeeper
Demetrius.
for Hidden Drip, and it's the character Dimitri. So
Yes, we love
um,
Demetrius.
but the right here shows that community can actually they basically run the justice system. So community actually could ban players. They come together, have a court date for the player, and they actually
That's
community
something pretty
chooses to
cool.
ban the player. Yes, we will also review the court. They basically see that as much fair that people just picking on people, so we'll make sure when we had the final say. But
Mm-hmm.
we allow the players to actually have a few say in someone getting banned. Right here is basically a hidden arms vendor. So yeah, so this is right there. Then so your creatures, this is a video game. Just go ahead and check this out. What's done cleaning. This is actually all of our artwork. Add more here. Got a lot
Shout out
more.
to Energy for all
So
this hard work.
this
It's
is artwork for the
insane.
game. And this right here is
He's
basically
also a very hard
join
worker.
us, stuff like that. Still working on a lot of stuff down here. If you have any questions, you go here, obviously, right? You want to chat with me, you click that right there. I'm the only one working here right now. Back off the part so that there is thing. Got the community. Right here it goes about the community and how you can actually earn by owning a community inside of the Hidden Verse. Right here, you actually build your own groups. So you go to groups, create your own groups, and then you can actually earn from the, you know, just building it up. So you actually
Mm-hmm.
earn from it. You can give gifts away and all that stuff like that. The moderators, administrators can actually earn income from doing this as well. Because right here it's about splitting ad revenue. So when we get to the point where like huge companies
Yep.
want to sponsor and put ads on our in our groups in our games, so like that we split 50-50% um, with the people that own the groups. Side of the games is a little different. We actually give them 97% of the
That's
ad
insane.
revenue.
Who else do you guys know is giving that kind of split to the creators? No one. But also, if you guys want to see me break down the website in full detail, just let me know and I'll try to go over it. It's just that kind of hard because he's always updating it, so I'm gonna probably wait a little bit until he has like a final version of it, or at least a stable one. Not a stable one, but you guys know what I mean. Then I'll break it down for you guys and go more into detail with it. But for now, just see what he has to say about it. So far, it looks pretty good. I love the little intro at the beginning with the hand scan. That's how I want it like this. Scans your hand, press enter, put in password. It's pretty cool. Very gives a how do you say it? A very interactive feel, very like realistic feel to the user of the website.
So, for example, if they get $3 million, $3 million deal, they get 97% of that $3 million deal. We get 3% of it. These type of things. So this
That's
is what we wanted
crazy.
to bring inside of the digital world, where then on the centralized side, where we actually give power and the greed to the people, right? So
Hmm.
corporations are our whole point in creating this fight against greedy corporations, and create a corporation that isn't greedy. So we wanted to actually give that money that's all the corporations just harness and just take for themselves and just give it to the players, stuff like that. So we're
Give
always
the
going to
power
make
back to
money,
the
of course.
players.
We have
Yep.
many ways to make money. We're always going to make large amounts of money, but we don't have to make like $3-4 billion a year, and not even 1% of our community get that.
Yeah.
Like
That's
it's something,
fucked.
right? So we want to make sure that we share with everyone. That helped us get to where we at. All right, so right here, talk about how hidden credits can actually be exchanged for
My
Matic
God.
tokens. So I believe, me personally, believe that Matic is going to be above Ethereum soon. So in the next few years, that's why we chosen to go with Polygon. So we're going to go with Polygon. We're going to stick with. If you want to know a little
Hmm.
more about us right here? I'm still cleaning this up. You can go here and you can see me and my lady. We the ones that started the project. The artist, I'm the developer, and the
Both
game
very hard
designer, the one that's
workers.
doing all the thinking and everything like that, but she's doing all
Yep.
the artwork. So you can see we're very, we're into cosplay and stuff like that. And this is actually us inside of this. Look like inside of this.
Looks fire.
Um, yeah, so this right here, you can actually, read this right here. And then it's going to be a button here to join the squad. We're only going to be hiring studios, though. We're going to work with studios. We might work with separate people, for the back office, but obviously when it comes to like building the empire, we're trying to build a dynasty here,
Hmm.
especially inside of the Web3 space where we're trying to get people, companies, like small companies that's trying to get up on their feet. We're trying to help build them as well. That's metaverse. We're moving forward. Got the end game, right? Let me see if I can make this right here. Okay, so right here, this is actually on your website. It would look a little different. I have a lot of wide screens, so on here, right here. So this is supposed to say development of Unreal Engine 5, the future of blockchain gaming, the first blockbuster gaming, and this one says the trailer. Click this right here, and it takes you to the trailer right here.
We added to this
What
earlier.
what we're going to be doing is actually updating the trailer. It's really cool. So, and you
Okay.
have some of our artwork back here. Um, and then have here basically staying in the market and stuff like that. It's again going into the universe, basically like breaking the fourth wall. You guys like you're a part of this universe. Um, so this there's business basically shows you, takes you to the franchises. Right now, only things that's finished right now is franchises and keys. So right now I'll be working on the rest of it. I'll probably be doing that today.
Okay.
Um, so as you can see over here, I'll take you there in a second. Real estate explains the difference between real estate and our project and real estate and other projects. Again, like I said, I still had to clean up a lot of this, had to fix it. Just wanted to show you guys this.
These
So
pictures look
right
pretty
here,
clean though. These are all in
is
game.
basically going to be the real
Look
estate
pretty
side.
clean.
So me and some of my real estate testers, as you can still get into testing. I let people get into testing on this. Um, and we guys gonna be testing this out. It's gonna be our real estate system is gonna be super cool. I promise. Then you have the
Yep.
keys right here. Click this. Take the keys. I'll take you to that in a second. Then you have the wardens. This is
Whoa.
what used to be named Crypto Bushi, but we're changing the name to Inky. He's going to actually be one of the Anunnaki. Gave humans the ability to create. So when
My
they
boy Bushi.
changed it and brought them, bring them to the cyberpunk, sci-fi, futuristic world. So he has a huge lore. But yeah, this is but yeah, so this basically explains why you can actually transform. Like, why sometimes when you have DLC, when you complete the DLC, finish the DLC, you can take the DLC, then sell it after you finish
Mm-hmm.
it or before you finished it, but you're able to sell it. And then that person that purchased from you be able to go to the DLC. But moving forward from that, basically when you get the DLC, you can use weapons, items, new content, obviously, and more story on behind that particular god and what happened in their realm and why they're there
It's pretty
in
cool.
ours. And then they'll give
I like the concept of the DLC, giving like a more backstory and more content in general. I know some games gonna be like, oh, the DLC thing is not even out yet, but trust me, guys, this is gonna be very good. Cause like you said, this isn't a DLC you just buy and then you're stuck with after you finish completing it. Like you said, you can sell it, you can do whatever you want with the DLC. This is another asset. This is why it's good to be on the blockchain, so you can do stuff that you can't do in traditional games, such as resell assets that are no longer needed, such as the DLC when you completed it, or just renting it out. Like say someone misses a DLC and then they can't get it anymore. Instead of having to wait for it to return, they can just buy it off us, and we can set our own price on it, whatever we want, because we're gonna have the power and be supply and demand. Yeah, giving, like I said before, giving the gamers back their power that they deserve to have in the first place, but they can't have because of big corporations being money hungry. But with mid-social Abraxas, that's not going to be an issue. And also, shout out to my boy Cryptic Bushi. Man, I love him. Can't wait to see him in action.
you the ability to actually transform into them for a few seconds, and then you'll be able to use their ability, stuff like that. So right here, this is parts, basically like parts that you need. For example, like this freezer, and the airplanes, because you can own an airline. You can own an airline, and then somebody can own the airport. So somebody owns the airline, they can actually print space inside of an airport. Right here,
Hmm.
we'll get into that in another video on when it comes to business.
Like real
And then
world.
this land right here. So our land, like I said, is different than any other land. We don't do the central land stuff and that stuff right here. We actually give you purpose with the land. So like you actually get to build certain types of things like regular farms, as right here, um,
These are all
cannabis
in-game shots,
farms,
guys, and they look insane.
um, breeding farms, uh, just different types of things, cornfields, stuff like that. So here is different. The business vouchers, again, none of these stuff. You can click this right here. So we're working on it. I'll show you why. It's gonna take a while for us to do that. But I just wanted to get these things here so you guys can understand what it is. But again, when you guys see this right here, this was pretty much like put together. I just wanted to get this, together to show you guys for this video. Right here, the business vouchers allow you guys to basically start businesses, stuff like that. So that's a pretty cool thing right there. And then right here it says learn why she flooded the earth the second time. That's basically on the story. So you hit join community, and then it takes you to the
Hmm.
community. All right, so let's take you here. Franchises. The franchises now look better, which I'll be actually
Look
after
at that shot, bro.
um,
That shot looks
video,
crazy.
I will be sending out people that owns some of these things. Because a lot of people own some of this stuff. I'm gonna be sending yours out to you. As I'm gonna show you how we make.
Can you take a second to appreciate this shot from the game? It looks insane. The franchise in the back, and my boy Demetrius flexing on his car. It just looks so clean, bro. Even the flowers, look at the detail on the flowers right there. Insane.
Make sure that we add a centralized and decentralized ways into the project where everything is much more simpler, where you don't have to worry about running around trying to do the most, trying to get into space. So as you can see, we have portfolio, we have optic fuel, we have hidden parking, we have medical secrets. There's gonna be more stuff here. So still, like I said, we're still working on it.
My
We
boy
got lemons.
Demetrius everywhere,
That's
boy.
the computer store, phone store. We have quick spot. We have indoors, furniture place. We have the museum. We have hidden drip. We have hidden arms, right?
Pretty
So
cool. All these shots look
when you
amazing.
click on these things, each one of these have their own. security thing. We actually wanted to make sure that we give you guys security when it comes to the purchase, right? So, paid through PayPal. We actually add more um merchants soon, but we wanted to give you guys if you had to pay through fiat, if you wanted to choose that option,
Mm-hmm.
but you would be able to choose another option if you want to, if you want to pay with currency. But we wanted to add this way here to basically show you that secure way um, to be able to,
Yeah.
make sure that this isn't something to just trying to take your money or anything like that. Also, make it much easier where people like a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people may not understand cryptocurrency. And again, this game is to get people that aren't into cryptocurrency, aren't into the blockchain. This is actually we're building this game to actually introduce them to this world. So we want to actually make something that they understand that can actually teach them as well about the other side. So we actually building that instead of them, hey, you guys got to do a bunch of research and stuff like that. We actually wanted to
Yeah.
be the ones that actually say, "We're gonna give you guys what you want, so you guys can actually understand and learn the other side." So that's why we made it this way. And then
Yeah. Before he moves on, just want to say, yeah, this is very good that he's adding this other, just more secure way to pay for these assets because, like you said before, you don't have to be necessarily get involved with crypto in order to play this game, which is very good for the average gamer like me or like somebody else. Even though I know about crypto, most gamers don't. So this is very good that he's adding this option to further prove the this is a legit product. We're not trying to scam. He's not trying to scam nobody. Try to rob nobody. This is a very secure way of purchasing the assets on the project, and yeah, just give the gamers another option. Show them that this game is meant for them, not made for us to make money.
last but not least, let's get into because I still gotta redo the whitelist. Um, I gotta redo those stuff. That stuff right there. I think I did anything else. Gameplay loop. I didn't change that, but I'm redoing these pages right here. So a lot of pages getting redone. But into the last but not least thing, which is game lore. So the game lore is right here. I'm gonna clean this up still. But
That
this
looks
right here
crazy.
is to tell you everything that you need to know about the game. So it basically tells you the story of basically like what's going on or who connects to what. So this is Azadoff, the blind idiot guy. Basically the guy that his the whole universe imagination. So it says the creator
Blind
of the
idiot
existence, the
god.
creator of existence. Some say he is sleeping and we are his dreams, and his first imagination was his first creation. Abraxas,
That would
the
be
one divine
insane.
mind. Abraxas created Enki and his sister. I don't know how to pronounce that name. His sister. But I'm doing a lot of research on these people.
There's Kegel.
She gave them the task to create beings that will be able to play music around Azazel to sleep. So then it takes you to Anunnaki photo. So it shows you how this connects to them. So the Anunnakis, Enki and his sister, to keep them to create beings, which I gotta put a picture of the beings that they created, to keep them asleep, right? So then you see Azazel ties down to Abraxas. Right here is Abraxas, and basically gives the story of what basically who she is and what she is,
This
stuff
game
like
looks
that.
crazy.
Basically she was with one mind. Her minds start to have thoughts of themselves, and the thoughts was good, evil thoughts, and bad thoughts. I mean, good thoughts and evil thoughts. Pardon me. Story of what basically who she is and what she is, stuff like that. Basically she was with one mind. Her minds start to have thoughts of themselves, and the thoughts was good, evil thoughts, and bad thoughts. I mean, good thoughts and evil thoughts. Pardon me. And the evil thought split up to be himself and became a dark being, and then it created, as you can see over here. Where is he? Azadol. I mean, not Azadol. Yabadel.
Yeah, but
Yabadel is the false creator guide. As you both thing right here. False creator guide. False creator guide created some archons, 6 archons. We'll get into that in a second. But before that, and it also goes about how as she was weakened, created he created the world tree within 65 days, and during the 65 days he created the seven heavens and the 9 realms of what she called what we would call hell. 7 out of those 65 days created 115 watchers. The watchers here be depicted as angels right here. Okay, and then uh and then she will also create 7 elite watchers.
Mm-hmm.
We will call them the archangels, like Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, those right there. And through the concept of Abraxas, through the concept of time, Abraxas made the first woman within the first 24 hours of Earth, and she named her Eve right
Yep.
here. Created Eve. Eve right here. It talks about Eve that to come from the rib of man, being the goddess of motherhood. Eve gave birth to the first immortal man, which was Seth. Into that in a second. But here's the Jabadell's archons. We'll talk about that. Jabadell, that tells the story of the Jabadell is a wicked
Mm-hmm.
false creator god. We will call him God today. Um, and he was jealous of the tree, of the world tree. So he created Earth, and he had archons create Earth, basically fulfilled image of what Earth was, seen beauty of it. So he also, in his 365 days, he studied the world tree. He found Eve, imprisoned her, found that she was beautiful and more powerful than he was, created what made him jealous. He tried to form himself in the image of her, um, to basically marry her, but she was not feeling him, obviously. So what he did in the next 7 days, he made his archons create the first ever man in the image of God, right? In the image of Eve. So what they created was Adam. So when they created Adam, the first man that was created, that ascended to godhood after sharing the apple from Eve, the tree of knowledge, with from the apple tree of knowledge, Eve, the father of Seth. Adam gave power of foresight to Seth to protect the future of divine humanity. Jebediah punished Adam and waged war against his descent. So basically, they'll go into why we have so many bad things happening to us in the world because we will.
I know there's not a lot of commentary in this video, guys. For starters, I'm still new to this, so bear with me, guys, please. But also, I'm just really trying to listen to the Lord because I find the Lord very interesting. I'm personally not really into religion, but the Lord, I just like the stories from religion is what really intrigues me. And
Or God is waging war on us as humans as who is jealous. All right, so then we have the light, the tree of life, right here.
mm-hmm.
The tree of life, which was supposed to be a mirror image of the tree of knowledge. So the tree of knowledge was in our story. We have the tree of knowledge was created by Abraxas, placed inside of the Garden of Eden, to be able to give humanity her first creation, which was Eve, to be able to come back to the
Drop my phone.
one true mind. So that's where the knowledge here. But the one we call God, which is Jabadel, did not want us to have knowledge. So he told us to not eat from this tree that he did not create, but he didn't tell Adam and Eve that he did not create the tree, obviously, right? So he told them not to eat from this tree because they would die if they ate from this tree and eat from this tree. Now, this tree right here, a lot of life, the creation of the false creator God, Yabadel. Your life stands for life, death, sickness, pain, feelings, and confusion. So this is what your life stands for. And this one stands for knowledge, wisdom, awareness, divine divinity, and all that type of stuff. Then it tells you here that the S&P Foundation removed the tree of knowledge from the Garden of Eden, which woke up with the Brexit year 2033, which caused her to once again, so we
Yep.
gotta fix this, once again reflood the earth. And it's right here, as you can see, right here, the flood of 33, 2033, pardon me, flood of 2033, which flooded the earth again. Okay. Then you have the world tree goes into Earth, the middle realm.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have right here, and you see she created
All this artwork looks amazing, by the way.
The Watchers
Looks crazy.
they're down here. The Watchers, the Watchers coming to Earth as humans seeing these shining beings coming from the sky, and then those shining beings came from the sky, started having children with the humans, and they created Nephilim, right? So as you can see, then the humans right here started creating foundations and building and stuff like that. And then you have the S&P Foundation, and then S&P Foundation, the tree and stuff like that. Then the Abraxas called the flood, and opened up portals and clashed all the realms together. Boom. And then you have the portals right here. As in, as this explains why the S&P, the anomalies are all on Earth and stuff like that. So Then you have Seth right here, Seth, son of Adam and Eve. And then you have the sword of Abra, which is the sword that was created by um, Abraxas. Abra stands for magic, sword of magic. Abra, that's where we get the word abracadabra from
Mm-hmm.
Abraxas. You know, there's a bunch of stuff right here. So everything is well put together. You got
A
Enoch
lot of
right here.
messages
And you
hidden
see,
in
if you
plain
know anything
sight.
about the book of Enoch, you know, see the symbolism right here. Enoch, the great great grandson of Seth. As you see, Seth was younger, and you're gonna see a bunch of time traveling in this game and stuff like that. So it's gonna be pretty cool. Like I said, we're building a universe here. We're building a universe.
This
So
would be an amazing IP in the
Enoch,
future.
the Book of Enoch, how explains that the gods that they seen back then were actually aliens. So then you have Athena uh, from the Foundation. She came one of the guys that came out of the portals and became the commander of Pack. So then you'll see how we introduce other games. So this is Strange Universes. How we introduce other games into our projects. This is how we will create a story
Mm-hmm.
for them. So even when other games partner up and collaborate with other companies, we actually will have a story and whole content missions for that one game, stuff like that. So for like example, like Fortnite, we have Marvel games. We actually would like so if we actually partner with Marvel, we actually will have a whole storyline behind those content of why those Marvel guys are here. So then you got
This is why I like, I guess, the myths in general. The fact that it's like it's not limited to one thing. Like you said, you can just make if never someone wants to make a collab, you can just make a universe for that game or that new collab, and that's pretty cool. Like this allows for it to be endless content within the game, and very good for the longevity of the game, and just keeping players happy with new content and yeah, a lot of new things coming. It's just crazy. I say this every time. It's insane to think that one single person can put all this and it's done all this in less than a year. It's insane.
the folklore, so we got Slender Man, stuff like that. So Slender Man, different types of creeps pastas, the back rooms, and all that stuff like that. Then you have the gods, the world being stuff. So this is right now we're something I'm working on right now. This is basically come here and eventually it will all have text here. Just read about everything and you'll see how every single one of these things is tied into each other. Where somewhere something happened, right? It all started from Azeroth, us being a thought, us being a thought. Like so just the thought of us came and created all of this right here. So we're all in this universe with of a god that is sleeping. So and it then tells you how what created the different factions. We got the scums, destroyers of life right here. So they basically worship the tree of life. Then you have the daughters of Eve. This is faction that worships Eve. Then you have hidden, which was created by Athena. So they're kind of like worshippers of Athena, but they don't know that she's the goddess of tactics. And then you have the Watchers group, the Watch Turn, which is basically the Watchers that came to Earth millions of years ago, before they started having the same basically angels that got banished um, for having children with the humans and caused the first flood. Those angels have came back to Earth, and now they're basically here. It's now again. So those guys are here, and you will actually Nephilims. You fight Nephilims and stuff inside it. So it's gonna be pretty cool. This is the story. Go here and check this. Make sure I'll update you guys. I'll go over it with you guys. I want to make a podcast with it,
Not very cool.
and actually go over the lore that we're creating and stuff. It's gonna be like super deep lore, super deep lore. Like, so we wanted to just add in religion, history, folklore, popular internet folklore, creepypastas and stuff like that. That's why we named the game Myths. So we just want to put all the mythologies together and just create a world and universe with that. And this is we're able to do so much with this type of game.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see different types of things like you have to see here. We have Athena out of a cyber world. Um, and you'll see a cyber version of some Wukong and stuff like that. So we're doing a lot of pretty cool things here. That's why we made Enki, which is one of the Anunnakis, made him look cyber, stuff like that. So we wanted to show what gods will look like inside of the modern time and stuff like that. So you will fight some of them inside of their DLC. But most of
That'll
the
be
time
fire.
that you will actually um, become one of their, I guess, servants, as you can say. All right, so this is what I wanted to show you guys. Hopefully, this interests you. Hopefully, the story behind all this stuff right here and tells you everything that's going to happen. It's not everything that's going to happen, but it tells you everything. This
Tells me a lot.
tree right here is going to tell you everything about the universe that we're creating here. And then it will be bigger and bigger and bigger. Soon I'll have videos that you guys will be able to watch, stuff like that. If you guys like to create theories of what you guys think that's going to happen inside of the game, that would be great content. I would love to watch that stuff. And great theories of how everyone connects with each other. That would be dope to see as well to us. But yeah, so I will be soon having videos of everything here, explaining how everyone connects to everyone. So you'll see more connections and stuff like that. So you'll start seeing some of the community members up here and stuff like that. So because some of the community members, I'll show you that in a second. Some of the community members are a part of the game as well. Which if you are new to this project, you can actually be a part of this project. For example, Prince Folios, Prince, the founder of Prince Folios, is actually my best friend right here. So he actually
Yep.
owns
Shout out to Prince.
inside of the lore. He actually is the owner of the company Prince Folios. So he's a part of the game. Lieutenant Paul Hack, and Lieutenant Paul of Hack, the Hack Spy. So he's basically spying on the SCP Foundation. Then you have Shy Guy, obviously, Slender Man, SCP, Super J, a private guns dealer. So you'll actually
That's me.
see Super J
Who's
pop up
that?
randomly inside of the map, and you do actually be able to buy special guns from him inside of the game. And as you can see, it tells you who's a part of the community and stuff like that right here. So yeah, Ranye, the bounty hunter of
The
the
boy
Nine
Ron
Gates,
J.
which is the Nine Gates are basically there's 9 different members a part of the Hack organization. They're like really high up, so they're basically like Team Six of the Navy SEALs, but it's just in Hack, there's 9 of them. They all stand for one of the gates, like Lust, Wrath, and all that stuff like that. So they all stand for that. So it's pretty cool how we're gonna actually put that in there. Yeah, Mr. Live, one an orc tribe leader after the for this
Mr.
flash
VIP Live.
at the flood. After the flood, a group of people gave up their lives to become orcs. So yeah, this is gonna be pretty cool. I'm really something really cool for this.
It's very.
And then you have Martin Bahamut, so S&P 3665.
Mm-hmm.
Safet Warden and the King of Good Dragons. So basically, who
That
Steph will
artwork's
be
fire.
calling upon and stuff like that to help him and stuff like that. You'll see in the cutscene and stuff's gonna look decent. Uh, so he'll call
Mr.
upon Steph will call upon Bahamut, and then he'll call upon the Gate Guardians. So you'll see that they'll be the ones that he will be like summoning and transforming. And so that's pretty cool. Then you have VIP, a mob boss of a crime organization. Right now, still kind of I'm gonna sit with because VIP is now a Abraxas member, so I'm going to sit down with VIP. We're going to actually promote names for the crime organization. And you actually guys will be able to see his crime organization inside of the game. We'll be creating characters where they're going to be doing bad stuff and stuff like that. So these guys will be enemies inside of the game. So he will be a part of the reason why a lot of crime is going on. Then you have Abraxas. So this is her before she learned the human phase. This is the daughter of Abraxas. You have Adam. You have the O5 Council, which is basically us. We
This
watched
artwork's
one of the
beautiful.
videos where I talked about we're going to actually be a part of the role playing. You guys will see that we will be the O5 Council. So we'll be that the Illuminati basically. The Tree of Knowledge, Tree of Life. No, it's not the Tree of Life. I mean, that's actually wrong picture. And this Athena guys attacked it, stuff like that. So we got to add a lot more photos, but these you'll start seeing these guys and enter the lore tree, and then you'll start seeing their stories pop up as we sit there. Now, for you guys to be a part of the lore, there's a certain key that you got to have. You got to have a master key to be a part of the lore, to actually build your lore that whatever you want it to be and stuff like that. So we'll when you have a master key, we build the lore for you. You want to actually work with us, a part of that lore, you have to have an Abraxas. All right, so if you have an Abraxas key, we'll put the lore together with you. So you actually work directly with the team, and that will be that. So if you have any questions, you already know what to do. With that being said, I think I am out of here.
The name is. Hey, hey.
Bet on yourself. Alright guys, let's pause that right there. So that's the end of that video. Like I said earlier, I'm sorry there wasn't a lot of commentary. It's been a pretty hectic recording session. It's a lot going on behind the scenes, probably edited out. But yeah, um, like I said, not a lot of commentary, but I really just try to listen into the update. The lore seems pretty interesting, and I can't see how it develops. It's gonna be very, I don't know. I keep saying very crazy. I need to find a new word. Very crazy, but very interesting. But that's it for me, guys. There's another video I need to record and upload, and this, yeah, because I'm trying to catch up with Seth. Hopefully, I can, but I don't know. He works too hard, but I guess that's a good problem. But anyways, that's the end. That's it for me, and yeah, take care, guys.